And welcome in, Wrexham fans, one more time. I tell you what, wasn't that a game? And I tell you what, I know a lot of you guys had to go to sleep last night. Well, we didn't, because we had to stick around and bring you the news. We got some good news for you, but I tell you what, it was a great game. It went a long time. Why? Because of that. And we're going to tell you also, don't get dizzy now, we're going to be rolling down the Delaware River on our way to some super game. Also, one little thing in the crowd really got me a little bit annoyed, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that was, but get ready for the post-game. Let's get into this right now. So the one amazing thing about Philadelphia Union 2 and Philadelphia Union is their stadium runs alongside the Delaware River. The Delaware River, which passes through Philadelphia. But there's the stadium, Subaru Park. Beautiful stadium, eh? Take a look at that. That's where Wrexham play. Gorgeous field. It's Kentucky bluegrass. And I've got some of that at my place. Yeah, Kentucky bluegrass. Once again, there's the stadium, Subaru Park. It's a lovely scene. What a great place to play a game of football. Yeah, I mean, take a look. And welcome in, guys. Welcome to Ultimate Soccer. We're talking Philly and we're talking Wrexham, the post-game, everything that happened on the scene. And I'll tell you what, there was a lot going on there. I tell you, a hell of a lot. And a lot of you in Wrexham, if you stayed up and watched this game all the way to the end, I got to say, big creds to you, man. Seriously, because if you did, you stayed up really late and you had a massive delay, which we're going to tell you about, but we're going to get into the game first of all. The first half, I got to say, you'd say that Wrexham shaded the first half and Philly looked to get into the game. And Wrexham really were I'd say the stronger of the two teams, because again, we put 10 guys in on the field, 10 guys in on the field in the second half and switched out the keepers too, yeah? Rob Layton and Ben Foster. But you got to say, first half, Wrexham shaded the half. Second half, I have to say, Philadelphia Union 2 shaded the half. And when you consider they're sixth in the league, and they haven't lost in 5, which is now 6. They've got some real good form going. So it was a tough test. It was a real good test. And if you really wanted to know it, I would say that this was like taking on a League One team. So this was a decent test for Wrexham on the night. But the first half, really, Wrexham shades it. But the only thing that we can talk about is 2 moments of quality. The first one was on 41 minutes. Tom O'Connor scores from a corner. The corner comes in. Bit of a goalmouth scramble. It drops down pretty much where the penalty spot in the 6-yard area is. Tommy's standing right there, whacks it hard and low into the net, curving across the goal, not straight, and the keeper can't get there. 1-0, nice tidy finish. Wrexham 1-0 up just before halftime, and you're thinking, yes, nice way to go. But 45 minutes plus 3, Raffanello lines up the free kick. Take a look at the picture. Yeah, when he lined that free kick, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I don't feel good about this one. And I didn't feel good about it a couple of seconds later, because as Raffanello rifles the ball into the net, plus as it goes in, or on its way in, takes a little bit of a deflection off Andy Cannon, and then Ben Foster has no chance in net. 1-1 at the half, and we take a break, and we're looking to say to ourselves, it's been a really interesting game of football. It's been a lot of fun. The crowd's into it. Let's get ready for a second half. So in rolls a massive storm. And you know what? You thought, I went on radar and I'm thinking, maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour at the most. No, it didn't take that long at all. It was longer. It was 2 hours before the guys got on the pitch. And I'll tell you what, you look at those scenes, the pitch was absolutely drenched. So after that, the second half, the ball would skip like mad. But also, you got an empty building. I mean, look at those seats. All those seats were empty. I mean, pretty sad. But for the second half, it is what it is. The crowd's gone away. I mean, it's getting close to 11 o'clock when we kick off. 11 o'clock at night, and we kicked off at 7:30. It's now 11 o'clock at night, and we're kicking off for the second half. And all those kids have to go to bed. And let's face it, torrential rain, 2 hours long. Who's going to stick around? But there were a few. And you would hear those fans in the stands. Not many of them, but you would hear them. And you tell you what, I heard guys screaming for Wrexham as well. I'm not kidding you. I definitely heard Wrexham singing fans. So I'm telling you this much. They were singing songs that you would only normally sing around the racecourse ground, or if you was with Wrexham on the road. So there were definitely racecourse Wrexham fans in the stands singing the song. So big up to those guys themselves. But you got to say, back to the game. So we've all And I mean, all of us worldwide had that 2-hour delay for this game to get started. And I tell you what, there would have been about 50% of people that clicked off and said, screw this, I'm not hanging around, because I was watching the numbers die. And 50% of people just went, I'm out of here, not waiting any longer. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, yeah, but 2 hours, get out of here. That's too long. I waited, and I saw a lot of guys waiting. And so you in Wrexham and around the world, Wrexham worldwide fans, big up to you, because the guys on the numbers who were looking at the charts were saying, you know what, I can't believe these guys are hanging on. That's the passion Wrexham fans have got for this club. They stick around. They will wait that extra 2 hours. And like me, and like you, like us, we did wait the 2 hours. Second half would come and go. You have to say Philly did shade the second half. They really did storm the net, hit the post as well on 81 through Pierre, and lucky not to score. But Rob Layton in goal and the defence did do decently, and the blocks were there and the tackles were there, and Wrexham were not overrun. But I tell you this, I think it finally caught up with the Red Dragons. A lot of travel, a lot of games, everybody playing, some real hot conditions. And I tell you what, the conditions and the temperatures and the climatic change that squad from Wrexham has faced in North America, I tell you, it'll be a fantastic experience, and it will make them a fitter team, because your lungs, literally, you're burning when you're out there in that heat. And when it's dry, you're sucking air. So it's a great training regime to get a team across North America and get them to train and play at different places, especially if there's elevation or lack of from day to day, because it builds your lung muscles. So anyway, it's great for the team. It's great for the squad. It's great for the coaching, these 4 games. And on the tour, you got to say, 2 wins, a loss and a draw, even across the board. And I think that the guy that stands out for the whole tour for me, a big fan of Elliot Lee. You guys know that. But I tell you what, he was tremendous all throughout. Let's not forget that there are other positives as well. Squad chemistry. That is massive for this stage of the season, is the squad chemistry. It's also good to get the rust off. We're going into the season. MK Dons coming up August 5th. That's the next pre-game show. Get ready for that. That's not far away. So we're getting the rust off. We're getting the chemistry together. The fitness levels are coming up. And it's a positive experience to travel around the world as a group of players and as a business, because Wrexham is a business, solidifying with the fans around the world. So I think it's been a fantastic positive in many ways. The only negatives you could think of, and bear in mind I'm being sarcastic on a few of these as well. Paulie Mullin, definitely not being sarcastic. That's definitely probably the biggest downer on the tour, is losing Paulie. And take a look at the image here. It can take 6 to 8 weeks for that to fix itself, yeah? Because let's face it, it's going to take a while. If you're talking 10 days, I think you're really pushing it. He needs time to rest and get back to full strength. 100%. You can't push it. It won't let you. It'll tell you. Believe me, it really will. That's one of the negatives. The other bad negative is this 2-hour delay in the game. We can say tongue-in-cheek and laugh about it, but let's face it, you were waiting for a fantastic Friday night in Wrexham or around the world, wherever you were. It kind of botched up the plans, didn't it? So anyway, 2-hour delay was a little negative, not that bad. And then, tongue-in-cheek, smiling, Ben Foster's attitude outside that bar. Ben, come on, mate. What are you doing? You should know better. Come on. I'm laughing at you. Anyway, so there's the negatives. Next up, like I say, is the MK Dons show, and that's coming up with the pre-game and lots of stuff about them. And I got some personal feels with MK Dons and AFC Wimbledon and a few other clubs in League Two. You'll be hearing about that when we go through the league this year. Also, EFL's coming up to Wigan Athletic. Get ready for that. But for now, it was a decent game, a great tour, a few costs, a few injuries, a lot of experiences. And the final game was definitely a very good warm-up to get ready for the league itself. Philadelphia really pushed us all away in the second half. So don't think that we came over here and dominated them. We did not. We had the first half. They had the second half. It was even Stevens at the end of the game, 1 apiece, but it could have gone to Philadelphia in the second half. We rode the storm and gained a lot of character. And I believe, looking at the squad, we've absolutely grown this squad bigger than it was last year. And I think the camaraderie that you see right across the board, I think it's second to none. Phil Parkinson has got the team ready. It's now down to excellence and execution throughout the league. And throughout the cups being a bonus, the priority being League 2 and the top positions. Playoff positions must be had. That's the bare minimum. And we've got to go for the throat in every game. And you know that. Absolutely. For now, I'm going to say it was a great experience. I've enjoyed every game. I hope you enjoyed what we brought. We're going to get ready for the season like we always do. And I'll tell you now, get ready for a lot of big games. We'll be doing all of them. Every single game. All I ask you is like, subscribe, share this around, and get more Wrexham fans on this, because that's why we do it, is to bring Wrexham fans the best we possibly can. Get ready for it, guys. I am. I can't wait. It's coming soon. I know it's like a train coming down the tracks. I'm not dodging it. I'm looking straight at it, and bring it on. Cheers.